Hey friendos, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Matt, and we are back with some more Marvel Future Fight. And as you can see, we are still in the throes of our big 10-year anniversary celebration events. We have not completed any of today's, that's my bad, but we are pretty much over a week away. Over a week in, I should say, sorry. So we've got 3 of the 4 rewards for check-ins. We've almost reached the 200 points, which gives us the legendary to mythic emblem chest, which is nice. We've received everything else. Our 4-star selector we actually used on our premium character, so we'll get into that in a second once we load up. And yeah, there's still a lot going on in game, and all the events are really great. I'm not gonna hate on any of them. They've all been really amazing. They've given us some amazing rewards. They've been kind of fun to do. It does feel like, you know, getting this huge amount of stuff all at once after months and months of nothing is kind of feeling like, you know, when you've been starving and then all of a sudden you get a feast and then you're just absolutely bursting everywhere. But you realise it doesn't solve the problem, because then you've ate this great feast, but then you realise there's nothing in the cupboard for the next few months. We'll get into that, because whilst all these events have been great, and you can see we've got still a lot of stuff going on at the moment, we've still got the last couple of days of the timeline quest. Hopefully everyone has been able to get through all the stages in this by now. You've managed to pick up the US agent for free this way. You've managed to get the free CTP this way. And also, you've managed to pick up these 4 serum datas. Now, I've had a look on the forums. I don't know, I have to admit, I've been like swamped this week. So I haven't actually like watched all of everyone else's videos. So I don't know if anyone else has come up with an idea as to what it is and what it's for. Where even is it? Oh, here, consumables. There's 2 days left on this Anti-Void Serum. A serum that might come in handy later. Does anyone know what that's for yet? I had some feelings after I'd played through Timeline Quest. In the very last mission, at the very bottom, the hidden one, unfortunately you can't even click on it to go to it. You have to go through all the malarkey to get to it. But you get a fight which starts off as Sentry, and then he goes up in the air and you know, similar to how we've seen it with Ultron and Black Swan and a few others, where they make their grand entrance to a world boss stage, which kind of makes me wonder if they're going to do a world boss Sentry, and that's what, or world boss of the Void, which is what that serum is for. It's just speculation, because I can't find anything anywhere onto what it's actually for. Obviously, like I say, 100% is the timeline quest, got all the rewards, so it can't be for anything to do with that. But it's just sat here. Unless it's for something they're going to patch in 2 days time, and it's just going to be a simple redeem. It just feels very weird to have that sat there. We have the other crafting event, obviously. We've got this we've had the other crafting events before in the past for like 6-year, 7-year anniversary. I think that's actually comes under the Shield Archive. No, not Shield Academy. I always get those confused. Shield Archive. So we've done this one. So what's it for? If anyone knows, or anyone has any theories as to what this Anti-Void Serum is for, let us know, because it's driving me crazy. Because I'm one of those, like, you know, I have OCPD, and not actual OCD, but it is slightly different. But it does really bug me when I have things like this in my inventory and I can't get rid of, or the similar, you know, the whole, like, if there's a red or pink dot, I have to like claim everything just so I can get it out the way, so like my interface is looking nice and clean and I don't have anything like outstanding. So yeah, apart from that, and just getting that wild tangent out of the way, we still have a lot of other things going on. We have the anniversary tokens. This is the first lot of tokens which you can exchange for tier 4 materials. I can't see why you would want, unless you've got plenty of tier 4 materials and you're quite fancy getting the special icon for US Agent. I can't see why you would waste these tokens on anything other than the tier 4 material bundle, which is only like a day and a half's worth of rewards by now anyway. We also have the normal other tokens where we got the 10 for free, and then the rest you'll get from if you're spending money. Again, not really worth it. The only good thing about this is that it does give a mega mythic uniform ticket. So that's the only reason I am going to be grinding out every single thing, because again, it's normally the next one, the next event quest, the one that gives the Mega Tier 2 or the P card or the CTP chest, which is usually the more interesting one for most people. In terms of other events going on, we still have the 10-year anniversary pass. Watch this, I can collect all of these, but I've already finished the pass. So yeah, okay. Yeah, we've already finished the pass, so obviously you get a premium card there for free. It does include the What If card, but it doesn't include the Zombies card, which is the only one we're missing now. We have the Crystal mission, which is still going on. Is a very like extended Crystal mission, which is really nice because usually they're only on for like a week or so. So hopefully people who come in late or who maybe missed a check-in or two have now finally got all their 10,000 crystals and have been able to make the most of them that way. Me personally, I did buy a couple of things with crystals, most notably the event pack for the Guardians of the Galaxy, the deluxe pack. So we went ahead and got ourselves Gladiator and also Richard Rider. At this point it was just because I've got literally just like a load of crystals just sat there. I'm not really the biggest gambler, and because we managed to get the conquest from the selector, from the bingo, and we also managed to get it from CTP chest, and we already got the What If Ghost Rider P card, meant that I was kind of like, I'm pretty good, I don't really need anything. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to spend the crystals on things that I see, you know, just going to be like better to just all round finish out and fill out my account. So we got the Gladiator, we got his uniform as well, even though he's not like super top of the meta for anything anymore. I figured, you know, it'll just be good to get. Obviously we still have Ghost, Taskmaster and Winter Soldier's uniforms to come in the next couple of days. It'll be interesting. We know that they're all going to be heroes. It'll be interesting to see. Obviously Winter Soldier was combat with this uniform, so presumably he's going back to speed. In terms of looks, this is probably the Civil War. In terms at least of the hair, it's probably going to be the closest to how he looks in terms of his Thunderbolts uni. Again, Ghost is going to be a superhero now, so it'll be interesting to see if they get a Thunderbolts only buff. Taskmaster, it's nice because I'm hoping that they get their tier 4, if they're going to be a hero, it means that you now have the functionality of just swapping out the uniforms. So if you need a villain, you can use this one. If you need a hero, you can use the new one. But having that as a tier 4 support character, when, as I say, the only like existing like pure support character we have at the moment is Mystique, and that's only for mutants. So having someone who's going to work for heroes and for villains, for humans, is really, really like a huge bonus. So excited for that. In terms of the premium character selector and the emblem selector, I went ahead and I picked up Dazzler. So we haven't finished off that, but we did get the 4-star, which again gives an even bigger bonus to attack and damage against villains. So yeah, it was worth picking up. And unless Jubilee gets like a massive rework in an X-Men 97 update, I think it was probably the best choice out of the two, considering all the other characters who I could get from premium selectors I already have or just don't need or want. And that is about it. In terms of emblems, I didn't do any further gambling on that. I thought I'll wait and see what happens with the legendary. I did see someone was mentioning the other day about, oh, you should be putting more into the shield one because it gives you Soul of the Felting, which is the only one which has ever been the bottleneck. The problem with that is that you have to like put quite a lot of your resources into. You can see here, this is the Spidey ones that we've got, and we get Life Seed for Spidey. With the Iron Man, which is for World Boss, you get the Carbo. And then for the shield one, you get the Soul of the Felting, and you have to get it up pretty high. Let's be honest, you have to get it up to like level 6 to be in with a chance of getting like even, you know, a medium reward 30, and it's just not worth it, considering that the only effects that you get are for Dimension Rifts, okay, and it's just not worth it for Dimension Rifts. I mean, yeah, sure, you can clear Dimension Rifts faster, and if you fully maxed out you know, the Spidey collection, Emblem collection, and the Iron Man one, so you're getting the full effects in PvP, obviously Timeline Battle for Spidey, and World Boss for Iron Man. Yeah, you can see it's much better to have these kind of effects working for your account, so you can clear World Boss and get more rewards that way, and better rewards that way. Sure, you're not getting the Soul of the Felting, but as I think I've mentioned, I know Alex and Beast Mode have mentioned as well, and I'm sure probably other content creators as well, we're getting more than enough Soul of the Felting now. Again, it's not massive compared to the amount of Life Seed and Carbo we have, but you know, it's still a solid amount that we're getting each day to not worry about a possible extra 15 to 30. Sure, 15 to 30 would be nice, but it's not the end of the world. So we're going to see what happens with that next reward that we're collecting from the Agent Training Center, if we get one that we actually need or not. And then if we don't get anything from this legendary mythic emblem chest, then we might potentially go in to the sales and try and pick up some more, just because we've got the crystals to spare. We can go in and try and pick up some where is it, dimension chest. Yeah, try and pick up some. Where are the chests? There we go. There. Try and pick up some emblem. Like I say, at the moment, the only reason that's really holding me back compared to, like, say, the CTPs or the premium cards, and again, obviously, I'm only looking for like certain ones with these, but at least you get the bonus tokens, so it's some form of rebate. And again, with the CTP, you have the pity timer, so you don't need to worry too much about that. But the downside with the emblems so far is that there is nothing. You don't get anything for picking up a 10 pack or 100 or 1,000. So yeah, we'll wait and see how desperate we become if we decide that we really need some. I'm not going to talk too much about the Team Battle Arena. I know that Alex made a video on it yesterday discussing how like really lame it was, and like we should be seeing like more different things in terms of, I mean, I'm in Vibranium, he's probably in Challenger, along with the top dogs. In terms of like restrictions, yes, it would be nice to see more. I'd like to see even broader restrictions, so not just have like all, you know, 2 or 3 or 4, or banning outright characters, but how about like 1 week all mutants are banned, or 1 week all heroes are banned, or all villains are banned. I think that would be more interesting, because you could really just like imagine there's a week with no villains. That means no null. That means you couldn't use Thanos. That means you couldn't, etc., etc., etc. It would take out huge swaths of teams, and you'd have to really start getting creative, especially as a lot of characters then, oh, well, their bonus is because they do more damage to villains, or suddenly you have to get a bit more creative. That's just my thoughts on it. Otherwise, yeah, the first week was obviously just a bit of a joke, because you're facing just like made up teams basically just to get through. The amount of agent dash 000157 or whatever that I was facing, it was always the same like random level 60 characters, so you know that you weren't facing like someone who's actually competing. But now we're in the second week, and again we're actually facing real people this time, now that the teams have been sorted out, so it's a little bit more interesting. Again, in terms of the teams for Platinum, it's only the agility characters that are banned, which hasn't proved that much of a problem. Yes, you can see my hidden team. I don't really care, it's the bottom team. There's very few people who are going to be fighting me who are going to get all the way to the bottom anyway. Not because I'm going to crush them, but more likely the other way around. They're going to beat me. I don't have the strongest lineup in my teams. I haven't really worked out, because I've just been playing with different characters, seeing who's good, seeing who gels well with who, etc. So I've just been playing around with my team at the moment. You can see I've probably got one serious team, which is the Symbiotes team, and then the others I've just like kind of just a mishmash of characters that I've just thrown together. But yeah, that's everything for this week. Like I say, most of it has just been waiting and wondering what the hell is going up with that Anti-Void Serum, and hoping that we might get a very sneaky like new world boss, or at least a giant boss raid out of it. It's probably just going to end up being like something really like basic, or just, swap this in and you'll get 100 something materials. But we can hope. Anyway, that's it for now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and as always, I shall catch you in the next one. Till then, bye for now.
We await your return, warrior.